Hello and welcome to my channel Zeal Art. In today's video, we will talk about how the time at which artists make their paintings or artworks impacts their psyche and what deep meaning does it hold. In my previous video, I had talked about how you could use your art in order to find purpose. It was called as how to create art with a purpose. There was one other video which you could watch, which was called using art for self-reflection. You will gain more insight if you watch those two videos before this one. Kindly ignore the background noises or mosquitoes flying because it's extremely hot in here and I'm not able to find a solution to these problems, but let's just stick to the video. A person can be an early riser or a night owl. Some people like to work during daytime and some people like to work during nighttime. There's no right or wrong as to at what time you practice a certain skill. Yes, there is a circadian rhythm and there's a biological clock that if a human being is in synchronicity with the nature, then their biological clock runs in accordance with the nature's clock. But since we are not going to touch upon what is right, what is wrong, what should you follow, what should you not follow, we will stick with just the day and night part. So there are a lot of people, including me, who like to draw at night. There are a lot of people who feel that their mind works best when there's daylight. They can see more clearly when the sun is shining brightly. They feel that their artworks feel more illuminated with the sun's rays. The brighter the daylight, the more clearer their mind gets. That is the time when a lot of people choose to draw. Let's call them day drawers. The other category of people are those that draw at night. Let's call them night drawers. We can call them day artists versus night artists, or I don't know, we can give them any term, any name which we want. But let us see how the time of the day impacts their work. A person who draws during daytime, mostly they take in information from their conscious mind. Conscious mind contains all the information that is on the forefront of your mind. It can be thought of similar to the RAM of a computer. RAM is the storage memory which stores temporary information. So like day-to-day activities or whatever is ongoing work, that information is stored in RAM. So similar to that, our conscious mind is the RAM of our mind. The people who draw during daytime, they mostly, now this is a very generalized statement. There can be exceptions, but it is mostly in related to general population. So a lot of things can be in the conscious mind of a person. For example, whenever I choose to draw during daytimes, I draw mostly figure sketches or I draw portraits of divine beings. Whereas when I'm drawing at night, the kind of references I choose, they have a more symbolic meaning. They have a more deeper meaning. So as we have discussed, the conscious memory is something which you have picked up from the world in your daily life. Say you like a TV show, you like a pop star, you like some celebrity, you like the people you meet, you like the scenes that you see, all of that is mostly in your conscious memory. It will naturally come out during the daytime more beautifully, more in its magnificence. Versus if you are somebody who draws at night, then you are accessing things more from your subconscious mind, things that are more deeper within you, things that have more meaning or a deeper meaning as compared to your day-to-day life. It could be some event that has a more personal meaning to you. It could be one of your lessons that you're working on, or it could be a very integral part of your self-reflection that you're doing. That is more accessed during nighttime or in darker periods. When I say darker periods, it can mean when the light is low, when the sun has set, when moon, stars, things which are associated with the subconscious mind, they are more active. So when you're drawing at night, you are actually uncovering layers of your psyche that are deeply hidden and buried within your mind. You are able to do more introspection and self-reflection using the time of the day and the reference that you're choosing. One person might not just be only a night drawer or only a day drawer. A person could be accessing their conscious mind, like say 60% of the time, and their night time 40% of the time. So for example, in my case, at this time, currently I am making day drawings like 30% of the time, but night drawings are 70% of the time. So what does that tell you? It indicates that currently I'm in a more self-introspection mode. So similarly, if a person is drawing mostly during the daytime, they are mostly, it could be a couple of things. They are more focused on their skills. Because when your perception is outward, then you are looking at things from your physical eyes. I'm trying to keep this information as simple as possible. So they are mostly focused on the things they see from their physical eyes, which means they are mostly looking at things and enjoying the view of things. Versus somebody who is trying to see a thing and they're trying to analyze it. They are trying to understand, interpret, and understand it on a more deeper level. They will feel more comfortable doing it during the night time, because the night time is also the time when people are generally more relaxed. There's not much work to do. The mind is quiet. The chatter of the mind is quiet. The day has mostly come to an end. At that time, we feel more comfortable accessing our mind and understanding things on a more deeper level, from an emotional level, not just seeing things on a surface. But the important thing to note here is that anything needs to be viewed from both the angles. Drawing it during the day can help you in observing it, and the outer perspective of the thing can also give you a lot of insight. Just by looking at things from their look, you can say a lot about how that thing was made, how that thing was constructed. That is to say, you can either go from outside to inside, or you can go from inside to outside. I hope it makes sense. We are going to take an example. So in this case, I have this. This is basically an eraser, but it is a mechanical eraser. So it's a long form of eraser. So let's take this as an example and try to fit it in daytime and nighttime drawing concept. Okay. So looking at it, what I understand is, suppose I am drawing it during the daytime. My mind will look at this piece consciously. So I will look at this work and think that the color of this eraser's body, or the outer case of it, is orange in color. So this is an eraser which is orange in color. It is cylindrical in shape. It has a clutch system, which if you push, the eraser comes out. It has a long eraser, which is also cylindrical in shape. You can also look at it, this part of the eraser. This is the system which holds this refill in place. Okay, clutch system or a holder. There's a rim that is black in color. There are few lines that are engraved on its body. So this is how I will look at it visually. If I have to draw it, I will draw 2 lines, then I will just make the thing. I will do the shading. If I'm using colors, then I will try to choose the right color and try to observe and look at it like that. If I decide to post it, I will post it saying, I made this artwork, and I made this in, say, 15 minutes, and I used the medium, the size of the work. Then I will write, hope you like it, because that is how my conscious mind has interpreted this object. And let's say I'm drawing this exact same thing at night. My conscious mind is not that active. So how I will be looking at this work is from a very different lens. Maybe I will look at it like a cigar. Maybe I will look at it like a paintbrush. Maybe I will give it a more philosophical meaning. For example, trying to erase the mistakes of my past. Trying to erase my bad habits. Trying to erase the bad memories from my mind. One could associate an eraser with a lot of things. At this point, I think it would be good to ask, what comes to your mind when you look at this object? Let me know in the comments, how do you view it? Not from the conscious mind, but like, what does it remind you of? For some people, it can remind them of a popsicle. For some people, it can remind them of a lipstick. For some people, it can remind them of a mic. For some people, it can remind them of a wand. It could be anything. So Again, depending on the time of the day you are actually making an artwork or interpreting an object, it can tell a lot about how you are accessing information and how you're interpreting an information. The reason I am making this video is because I wanted to differentiate between how, when one person looks at a thing, and how they interpret it. A lot of times artists skip this process of introspection. Introspection does not have to be self-reflective all the time. The focus can be on the object, and you can try and delve deep into the object, and it will again tell a lot about you indirectly. So I hope this topic brought you some insight. I would love to know what you have gained out of this video and if it was helpful to you. I would really appreciate if you could like this video, comment down your thoughts and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. I will see you in my next video. Take care.